Luis, how long have you been working here?
I've been here for a little over 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Started my apprenticeship. I had Daniel as a great mentor, to be honest. You know, I think he was just kind of out of school too. And so I'm going into the school part of this, and I've been a basement barber before this for 12 years. And like, just kind of coming here, he can see that I'm kind of inexperienced in the shop. So a lot of pointers from right after, like, the start. He's like, hey, you want to do this? You want to do it this way? How to fold towels? Things you don't know, but that's how detailed he was. I mean, when he would do a shave, it's funny because like he would just throw it like an old school barber over his, hand, start just razoring, cleaning it. You know what I mean? Just super extra. But I feel like that helped me, become that, I guess, much better of a barber. Having him next to me and explaining why we do things and like, basically like the art of barbering. Yeah.
That attention to detail kind of sets you apart a little bit there.
It does, yeah, it always did. Yeah, and thanks to him, I mean, he kind of helped bring it out too, because he's extra, so it rubs off a little bit,
What do you mean he's extra?
Extra, like, he doesn't go like just, like he takes to the next level. Like if there is a next level, he's gonna take it there, you know what I'm saying? Like as far as like his wardrobe, like his style, his lifestyle, I mean, that's one thing I can say about him. He lived it up every day. There wasn't a day where like he wasn't coming in here with stories. It's a new story every time. Like every time it's, and that's something I know we're gonna miss because like the impact that he made on a lot of people that, always talk about the vibe when they come into the barbershop because people want that, like that time of the get together and get away and I don't know, just kind of have a good time, you know what I mean? Just get a haircut and have some cool conversations and stuff. And that was Daniel. He was entertained. And, but not just that, I mean, like I've heard him, like, he's a lot of people's therapist. So I know his friends are gonna miss him. You know what I mean? And I know we're gonna have to step it up, where to replace him and to replace that, and it's hard,
And it sounded like just kind of hearing you guys talk, you guys were pretty close too.
Yeah,
Other brothers even.
Yeah, honestly, it kind of became where like we're eating off the same plate, same fork. Like it was not a big deal, Like he wasn't like that with us. Every day it's like, hey, what are we eating for lunch? Like, who's buying lunch today? You know what I mean? Like we're taking turns. Like, some of us in the shop and stuff. And he was never that kind of guy that like if you needed something, he wouldn't help you. That's number one. Like that's who he was. Like if you needed something, I know a lot of people say that about people, but genuinely that was him. Like he was genuine. If he saw you needed help or whatever, like no hesitation, And then sorry, I'm starting to shake here. But yeah, that's how it was with him, like I said, like if he wasn't helping you, you would see him helping other people, and you got to experience it and you're right, I'm right across from him, so even watching him grow from like when we first started here, like just how he was trying to better his life and yeah, he had a few setbacks, but I think he understood where he wanted to be in a few years and he was working towards that. And honestly, you can tell because, from when he first started, we all kind of first started getting to know each other. We're in a different place. We're in a different place of like, as far as motivating each other, and yeah.
It's huge when you have somebody in your life like that kind of helps motivate you, right? I understand he was really good with kids who came in
Oh
to
my
get their
God.
haircut. I was
Oh
wondering
yeah.
if you could tell me about that.
The kids love him, and it was crazy to see how many kids showed up to see like they missed him. How many kids like just remembered him, like no matter if it wasn't his kids he was cutting up. There's always a fist pump on the way in or the way out. And so yeah, even that, I mean, it leaves a a print on some people, like as far as like when they come to the shop they think about Daniel. And I know that for sure. I know a lot of people that come to Exclusive have Daniel in mind when they come here,
I saw a lot of dads posting on Facebook about I would bring my kid to come see Daniel. He's so smooth with him. Like some kids know they're a little. It's a little scary to get haircuts.
Yeah, no, he did great. Yeah, he did great. Like you could tell he had a lot of experience. Like he was very gentle, very like caring. You know, like if he knew the kid was having a hard time, he'd work with him until he got him to like to stay still or to achieve like what we were trying to achieve with the parents. You know, help and everything. But yeah, he was great with kids. I mean, I know we talked about him baptizing some of his friends' kids. You know, pretty soon he's gonna baptize Juanito's kid, and he was excited to be a godfather for that. You know, we talked about his girls, because I was like, hey, dude, you know, you gotta change your lifestyle. You might have to start wearing khakis, maybe a vest.
Dad
You might be a
jeans.
grandpa, you know, like,
Yeah, right? Dad jeans.
yeah. And you know, it was all jokes, but you know, we always knew that that's kind of what it was gonna work its way to, you know. Because one day he was gonna be Grandpa Daniel, and you know.
What you touched on this, but what impact did he have on your life?
I think, like, especially like, he was able to see through like a lot of like walls you'd be putting up. Like as far as if I was having a bad day, you know, he was able to see right through it and help me out and just kind of call me out like on like what's going on and like, you know, even with passing my barber's test, I thought about what he kept telling me like the whole time. He just kind of kept trying to tell me that I was gonna be fine through the test. That he saw I was like really stressed, you know, and he told me, he's like, you know, when certain challenges come up in life, you just have to rise to the occasion and get it done, you know, and basically just step up. And I feel like those words kind of played in my head the whole time I was taking the test. Was like, you know, I just gotta step up and do this, and I did, and I passed the first time, and it was awesome, you know. But I feel like if I didn't have those kind of conversations with certain people, I had so much self-doubt, you know, that I probably felt like I wasn't gonna get through it, you know.
Yeah, you're always your own biggest critic, right?
Yeah, you're the biggest enemy, man, and like, yeah, with him, you never had to worry about his friendship. Like, it was genuine, you know. It's like, and genuinely just wanted to see you do good, you know. Like, he did good, but he also wanted other people to see, you know, do good too, you know. And I think that's why kind of sometimes, like, certain friends he hung out with, it seemed like he was everyone's mentor. To be honest with you, like, a lot of his friends, he was the one, like, telling them, like, hey, man, you're not gonna go back, dude, like, to what you used to do. Like, you're gonna change your life too, you know. Same like how he was doing, and like, and he was doing really good, you know.
And you're cutting his daughter's hair today.
Yes,
Is that important?
and I'm honored. I'm super honored, you know, to be doing this right now. I know that if her dad was here, I mean, he'd be doing it, you know, and I know that right now, hopefully he's watching, like, you know, he's proud.
You're doing a great job so far. He's doing a great job back there. There's no, you know, pink highlights or anything yet.
Oh, she would like it. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh.
Maddie
I
does.
would like pink.
Maddie does pink.
Her dad, anything she wanted for her hair.
Yeah, and in the future, if they ever need a haircut again, you know, they know they can call me. Like, my chair is always open.
Is there anything else that you'd want the community to know about him and just the person that he was?
You know, I just want to say that he was loved by a lot, and I feel like in a way, like, he was also like very admired, you know, because he showed you who he was, whether you were gonna like him or not. Like, you were gonna get to know who he was. He was not gonna like change himself, but it, you know, in a great way. Like, people liked him for that. You know what I mean? People liked that he was gonna be like himself, and like I said, whether exactly, you know, like I said, and whether you thought he was gonna be like, you know, he was gonna be judged, I don't think he cared, you know. And but again, I mean, he was such a great guy that I don't think, even if they misjudged him, they would say anything bad about him, you know. Never gave anyone a reason to say anything bad about him, I believe. So yeah, we're gonna miss him, that's for sure.